Hello, everyone. I'm just trying to get through some technical difficulties here. Just waiting for people to start filtering in. It looks like. Hello, Stephanie. Hello. I'm not going to be wearing the mask the whole time. Hi, Jo. Yeah, I'm not going to wear the mask the whole time, but originally I was sitting here thinking, like, do I want to be a cat or do I want to do this whole masquerade mask thing? And I was talking to someone and they said, why don't you do both at the same time? And I thought, you know what, I kind of like it. So I'm going to keep the mask on for a little bit. And then probably after a while I'll get tired and take it off. And then it'll just be me with the cat. But yeah. So how's everyone doing tonight? No, I just felt like because it's October, it's spooky season, I want to be using the month of October to try on different outfits and just kind of have fun. Because, I don't know, I mean, for considering that Christmas starts in November, let me have my Halloween a little bit early. Okay, let me just have some fun. I mean, it's starting to become a thing now here in the US where basically people are hanging up Halloween Christmas lights now and all kinds of blow up things and whatever. So I'm just saying, just let me have my Halloween, let me have my fun, you know. Yeah. So, oh, thank you, Jo. I appreciate it. Yeah, I actually got this mask when I was down in New Orleans. So I'm a sucker for masquerade masks. I always think they're so pretty. And unfortunately, there are not enough occasions to wear a masquerade mask. It's kind of sad. I don't know what you mean by Stephanie, or I don't know what you mean, Stephanie, but that's the thing is that I feel like masquerade masks are supposed to be for very formal occasions. And, you got to have this flowing ball gown and like you have your masquerade and it's like, a posh affair. And unfortunately, I don't have enough posh affairs to go to so I can wear masquerade masks. And it makes me sad. Like I have to wait until Halloween in order to wear these things. So, I don't know. Whatever though, but I figured, the combination, it's whatever. I picked up the cat ears today just because I said, listen, I need something quick and easy. But yeah, I hope you all are doing well tonight. Trying to think if there's any announcements. Yeah, so I wanted to update. So for those of you that are returning for the whole intuitive writing reading. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing that tonight because I didn't get through all of them. And I want to kind of do it all as one big bulk read because I feel like if you kind of come on the show and randomly hear me reading random stuff, it's going to be kind of strange. So I kind of want to do it all together, but I at least have a couple done. So I will postpone for tonight. I apologize. Things went unexpectedly. So this week. So but that's okay. I'm sure you'll be back again, and I can always leave up the live streams so that way, in case you miss it, you can go ahead and rewatch those. But otherwise, tonight I'm just gonna be doing my standard thing, standard drunk tarot reading, where for the new people that are gonna be watching tonight, because I know we have a couple. How this is going to work is if you would like a reading, go ahead and post your question in the chat. I do anything from asking for a general reading to romance to just career to whatever. Sometimes I may just end up deciding that whatever you asked is not good enough and I'm just going to give you whatever you need to hear because that's how this works. I just go with the flow on the show. But yeah, so that's all you really need to do is just go ahead and ask in the chat and then I will respond to it. Hopefully, I will be sober enough to keep track of everybody, but I've got friends who have appeared on the show enough that they keep me on task whenever I'm not on task because I'm drunk. So, yeah. But let me just kind of quickly look at the chat. Can I Stephanie, what kind of show do you think this is? Meow. There you go. There's your kitty kink for you. Whatever. Be prepared because you will get more subscribers today. Thank you, Jo. I kind of have a feeling today's going to be a little special for no reason whatsoever. But that's okay. I'll take it. The more subs, the better. You know, we're all here to have a good time. We're all here with, you know, some form of alcohol. If you are not currently drinking alcohol, you should be, because this show is 20 times better when you're a little bit tipsy. I'm just saying, especially when, you know, some of these readings come out and you're just like, oh my God. Yeah, tonight, oh my gosh, this wine is so good. So I think I mentioned my favorite winery before. I broke into a couple of the other bottles, and they have these two types of wine. They have, it's called Amarillo or Almondrillo. Or no, it's Almondaria, my bad. Almondaria, and then a dark cherry wine. And when you mix the dark cherry with the Almondaria, it tastes like eating a cherry almond tort. It feels like you're eating cake. And it is seriously the best mixture ever. And so I'm drinking that right now, and I'm just like, I'm on cloud nine. Whatever things you people are going to throw at me tonight, do it. Do it. I am ready for it. I'm here for it. And, you know, I'm excited. So, yeah, but I don't know. Tonight's going to be a good show. I got a good gut feeling. But as I said, you know, post your questions in the chat, and otherwise, for the downtime, whenever people are not requesting, I'll just continue to monologue and you can just listen to other people's readings. So, okay, so one sec. So since I guess one more announcement. I do have a second camera again. Yay! So what I'm going to do is, now that I have my second reading or second camera, I can actually show you guys the cards again. And I think that's going to be really useful for when you need to go back and watch. So let me see if I can get the YouTube chat to work. So that way. All right, are you working? I'm almost done, guys. Just give me a moment. Getting this together. Okay, yeah, I think I can see you guys. Oh, hi, Miss J. Hello. Welcome back. As I was saying before, I'm taking requests, so go ahead and post them. I see I've already got one from Jo, so he's going to be first, but it's first come, first serve. So if you want something, go ahead. Otherwise, you can sit and listen to me talk. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can. All right, but yeah, as you guys can see, I have a second camera now, so I can do this. You actually can see what I'm looking at. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, Jo, your reading is going to be first, and you want... Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to get it to be a little bit more professional. What happened was my second webcam, or my second camera, was not connecting to my laptop, and so I was having so many technical difficulties for the longest time. So finally I caved and I got a webcam, and this one, typically it should be attached to my computer, but I realized I can attach it separately and just do whatever. So I'm just saying, you know, got to step up my game here, you know. This is a hustle. It's turning into a hustle, so I got to keep moving. But okay, so Jo, you are first. So I'm going to go ahead and... You want a general reading. I'm hearing it's going to be kind of the same as last time. And okay, I mean, this is stating the obvious, but like you didn't understand your reading last time, so I feel like this reading is going to be additional clarification and information about what your situation is. So, okay, what cards do you want to come up? All right, so we'll start with you. Ooh, anything else? Okay, that's it. Yeah, you had that weird one last time that made absolutely no sense. It was talking about random people and all this other stuff, and I'm like, and I personally, honestly, had no idea what it was about. Anything else? Oh, okay. You're only getting this it? All right. So most of this is going to be me channeling, but the way it is. Okay. So all right. So you got the 8 of Pentacles upright. You got, what is this? The 5 of Cups in reverse. And then you got, I was wrong and I am sorry. And so something about, it has something to do with, I heard something about being hung up with a past relationship, or there's a past relationship that's unresolved, that's affecting your current state right now, which isn't, it's not an emotional attachment. It's some kind of, I'm hearing there's some kind of energy work that needs to be done to heal this connection with this person. Because I'm feeling like, again, this 8 of Pentacles here is like something about this image with these 2 people. There's another man involved with, I'm hearing like your lover, and I'm hearing, is this J.O. or the other man? Okay, so the other man doesn't want to hear about your past situation with this person. And I guess it's like there's some kind of like an entanglement going on right here that even though you're not currently involved with the situation, it's coming up with other people. And your spirit guides want you to be aware of it because I'm hearing you need to release emotional attachment to this past person, because something about, I'm hearing, is this about J.O.? Yeah. So basically, I'm hearing you're wearing an emotional mask in regards to your relationships. And so that's keeping and preventing you from moving forward with relationships, but also with your past self. And it's because you were a different person then. Like you were making different choices. You were making assumptions and decisions based off of information that you had at the time. And is this J.O. or the other guy? Yeah, and something about the other guy has regrets with either insinuations he made, assumptions he made about you, or yeah, I don't know. Like it's kind of weird because whoever this other gentleman is definitely like distraught about your past connection with this person, and I feel like you have some regrets a little bit about this person, but like, man, I can't pick up on this. This is really, I'm hearing it was messy. Whatever happened, it was messy, but you don't know who it is, but that person cheated on me? Was that a yes or a no? It's like, what is it about the other man? All right, what did the other guy do? The other guy cheated on the woman you were with. Yeah, okay, that feels right. Yeah, the other guy cheated on the woman you were with, and then you got with her, and she wanted you and he still wants her. And I guess they're together right now, but he wants whatever energetic attachment was going on between you. This is so weird. I don't understand why this is important. So let me pull some additional cards for some clarification of why is this relevant to Jo? Okay, wait. All right. All right, why is this relevant to him? I'm hearing he needs to understand his attachments for different relationships because past lovers and past ties are connected with healing something. There's some kind of thing going on. Yeah. And it doesn't impact your career, but there's something about like your pattern of decision making that is kind of affected by your ties with this old relationship. Okay, can I get any clarification about who this person was? Okay, I know it was an ex-lover, but be more specific. I mean, I keep seeing an image of a woman, but I'm not entirely sure because I keep feeling like I'm feeling like black hair, at least. But I'm hearing like she doesn't have black hair. It's so strange. Like I'm seeing black hair in my head, but my guides are telling me doesn't have black hair. So I don't know what that means. Maybe she did, or maybe she's changed. Oh. She's changed her hair since, I guess. So I don't know, but was this person important? I hear this person was not important to you. Or like it wasn't that significant to you, and that's why you didn't notice it. See, Maria or Deanna? All right, I heard Deanna. I'm feeling something in my gut. Yep. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'm hearing there's nothing else that needs to be said here. Yeah, no, this is a person from your past that is not relevant to you at all. That's why I'm kind of confused why this person's relevant. But I guess there's some kind of energetic entanglement or something from that past that needs to be resolved that will help you moving forward. That's the reason why it's coming up in your readings twice. I'm hearing you don't have to understand the full situation to be able to just let it go. I don't know. That was cryptic. Maybe sit on that one. I'm not entirely sure what to really advise you on that because that one's just strange. But okay, yeah, that was your reading. So I apologize. I don't have anything more more information. But okay, so let's see. All right, so the next person is for Miss J. How does B feel about me since we texted Monday? Yeah, so wait, I'm just reading the chat because I want to make sure I'm on top of it. So Miss J, and then and then yeah, Noah has a question. So I guess I'll do a reading on him. And then after J, yeah, so after Miss J and then Noah, then Stephanie, do you want to go? Okay, Jo. Yeah, you're welcome. I was gonna say, I was like sitting there going like, I'm not strong enough in my abilities to be able to pick up on names yet. I've met intuitives that are really good at being able to just like pick out names and do whatever, but like I am not at that point yet. I mean, maybe if I had more wine in me, then perhaps, but I don't know. I usually get images and feelings, so. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's something there. Who knows? Okay, so for Miss B, I'll go ahead and switch. So yours is about how does B feel about you? Okay. All right, so let's pull some cards. Okay. More cards. Oh, Jesus. Nothing else, nothing more, anything else. Okay, cool. Oh, wow. You got all like the weird. Yeah, so this is a new deck that I got, and it's based off of some famous artist. He did the one with like the lovers that are wrapped in a blanket or whatever, and that whole thing. Yeah, it's based off of his artwork, and like the rest of his art though has like a bunch of like weird like anorexic people. Like we've got this going on here. I don't know what that means. But so for those of you that care, you got the Fool in reverse, Eight of Wands in reverse, the Tower in reverse, the Stars in reverse, Six of Pentacles upright, Ten of Wands in reverse, and then King of Wands in reverse. So I'm feeling this guy. How does B feel towards you? The word that can best describe what this feeling is, it's like lukewarm. I'm not gonna lie, he's kind of interested, but he's hesitant about you because he doesn't want a relationship right now. Like he's kind of like sitting here just like, well, like from his perspective, he thinks that he doesn't want what you want, if that makes sense. But he's also like open, if that makes sense, because he's curious about you. He wants to get to know you. He is attracted to you. There's definitely like some kind of a little bit of an attraction there, but he's like, if you're looking for something serious, this guy's kind of like, and potentially, I don't know. I'm feeling very lukewarm, kind of hit it and quit it kind of vibes. Yeah, my text was not good because he seems suspicious of this communication. Yeah, like again, he's just kind of like he wants to talk to you, but like he's also just like, I keep hearing, what is the specific verbiage? Like he doesn't want what she's having me expect or something like that. It's something very specific about like whatever you're kind of putting out there. He's kind of like, I don't want to touch that. Like I'm kind of like, he's a little put off and is a little spooked by whatever was sent out there. So yeah, I feel like again, it's probably because he's triggered about something from his past. It might be his pattern with women or something about an ex or whatever, but like there's some kind of undercurrent going on here that's yeah, oh gosh. It's frustrating because I keep hearing he doesn't want, and then it kind of like slides down and like kind of gets a little complicated and messy. It's like he doesn't want to be friends, but he doesn't want to be in a relationship either. So that's kind of where he's at. But he's curious. He's definitely curious. So, okay, wait, I'm going to read your message here. I feel like, oh, it showed up on the chat and then it's not on YouTube. Okay. Just met. He was weird on the first date. I don't know. I feel like, okay, yeah. So the moment you said that, the first thing I heard was he doesn't know what he wants. And that has a lot to do with more of his end than your end, because he's not in a place to really commit and follow through, if that makes any sense. Because he's unsure, and I think that might be where some of that suspicion is coming from, is because he's kind of like, I don't know if it's like an anxiety or like some kind of like, he doesn't, it's either he doesn't want to mess it up, but he's also like, he doesn't fully want it either. And I feel like, no, it's not an obligation thing. I'm kind of like asking my intuition questions so I can get you at least a clearer answer, but it's really just, yeah, he doesn't want a relationship, and he's just kind of going through the motions. And yeah, I mean, I feel like doesn't want to be alone, but that's not really it either. He's more of just, I don't know. Point being, though, is for your purposes, if you're potentially seeing or trying to court this person a little bit more, it's not going to work. Because this guy is kind of just, something's heavy on his shoulders, or there's some kind of something that's making things very unsteady and very unclear. So, yeah. So to answer your question, I mean, like to answer your question, I mean, it could be a variety of things. It could be he has anxiety. It could be he's nervous, or maybe, again, bad experiences in the past cause people's perception of relationships to get warped. There's all kinds of potential things. And I feel like he's trying to get to know someone on a different, he's trying to get to know someone else outside of himself. And I think that might be his coping mechanism, because he doesn't really know how else to deal with his problems. I mean, like, unfortunately, with men finding emotional support, there's a whole thing with that. And I feel like this guy doesn't know how to get out there unless he has a woman. That's essentially the vibe I'm kind of getting, is whatever he's dealing with, his only reaction is get help by get girlfriend, aka my therapist. But that's not how it's supposed to be. But that's what this guy's vibe is kind of like. And that's why he's confused, because it has something to do with, he wants a relationship, but not really. He just wants somebody to help him through his issues. And that's why he can't fully be there, I think. I feel like there's definitely some kind of inner conflict issue that's preventing him from being able to go forward. But thank you for confirming my feelings. I always feel so validated whenever people say that, because, especially with confusing readings like this, I'm just like, what is going on? I'm glad it's not just me, because I'm sitting here like, this guy is like kind of all over the place. But yeah, and I didn't really even pay attention to your cards, but that's okay, because they don't have any additional information. But yeah, anyways, though, Miss J, that was your reading. I hope you liked it, and, good luck. I hope you find someone who's a little bit more available to you, and hopefully that guy can get what he needs, because he sounds like he's kind of in a difficult position right now, I guess. Yeah, poor thing. I mean, but there's a lot of people out there right now dealing with that, especially like, considering the times we're in, there's a lot of people struggling that we don't know about. So I'm just like, send this man some love, everybody. And, hopefully, he'll be able to get some healing from something. Okay, just on the chat. Hi, may I ask a question? Go right ahead. I think, so right now for the queue of people, we've got Noah is next for readings, and then I think Stephanie was next. Oh, hello, Anna. Thank you for gracing me with your presence. I love you. And then JP, if you want a reading, go right ahead. Otherwise, you can just ask a question and just post it there. No, it's okay, Anna. It's fine. Usually the show doesn't really pick up until 8:30, 9 o'clock anyway. So, I hold no judgment here. Okay. Let's see, looking at the chat. So for GP, will I win a lottery ticket in the future? I'm hearing you won't. I'm sorry. Yeah, I apologize. I mean, maybe a lesser pot, but you're not going to be one of those lucky millionaires. Sorry. I wish I wish we all could win the lottery, and I wish my intuition worked so that way I could always pick the winning ticket. But unfortunately, you won like one of the $1 million ones, or like one of the big ones, because that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm feeling. So I guess I should clarify then before I give you a direct answer, because my automatic gut instinct was no. But are you asking about a ticket that you recently pulled recently, or are you talking about like between now and the end of your life? Because those are very, very different timelines, and unfortunately with intuition, it's kind of like you kind of need to be specific, because it will dick with me like that, and then I sound like I'm inaccurate when it's like, well, technically, and then I get through all that bullshit. And then, okay, yeah, Miss J, you can ask another one too. Sorry, Noah. Your reading will be next. Yeah, actually, let me get to Noah, and then I'll answer your questions. Because I feel bad. I don't want to keep deflecting on him. So his question was, oh God, where'd it go? I can't find it. I asked this girl out earlier today I met online. Curious to how things may go between us. Can I get a romance reading? Okay, let me see and find out. So, okay. More cards. Nothing else. Okay, more cards. I got this weird something on my cheeks. I'm feeling warm. Not like I'm blushing. A little bit like I'm blushing, but not quite. Okay, more. We gonna do this. No. Bye. Anything else? Oh my God. Why do you need to have so many cards? And I'm not even going to read any of them individually. Anyway, maybe I will sell them. No. All right. Can we keep this abridged? I don't want to pull our entire life story here. Is that it? That's all. A very reluctant. That's all. Okay. Okay, I'm taking my mask off because of the fact that. All right. This is irritating my face. That was intentional. Not really, but we're just going to go with it. I saw in the chat, how could you tell the answer without pulling a single card? So, to answer your question on that, I don't know. because of the standpoint that I am not a traditional tarot card reader. I did not start doing this reading tarot cards. I just kind of got into card reading because of I liked kind of this not psychological aspect, but like it was kind of I was using cards to help heal myself, and then over time, I found that my intuition was able to pick up on them, and my intuition can work without tarot cards. So like sometimes, like as maybe you saw earlier, I was holding a crystal. I need crystals. I can just channel without it. I just like cards because I love using images, and it's easier to communicate what's occurring to people. Because sometimes what'll happen is like I'll pick up on stuff, okay? Because intuition's kind of funny where I'll see things, but there's stuff that you can see that I can't see, and so it's all supposed to help you regardless. And images is really the best way because it's really hard to describe energy if you're not an energy worker. So, and then plus also, like again, whenever I'm reading cards, it helps me stay on task with what's actually relevant, because sometimes images pop out to me and it gives me a message. Otherwise, I don't know, dude. Listen, I'm not your typical tarot card reader. They probably got some other explanation or whatever, but quite frankly, I just do what I do, and apparently it works. That's why I'm here. But okay, anyways, back to Noah. I don't even know where to start with these cards, because I'm getting like this feeling of like I'm feeling you're embarrassed a little bit. I don't know if you've never had your tarot cards read before, but I'm feeling there's some kind of embarrassment. I feel like I want to keep like rubbing my nose. I don't know if that's from the mask, but no, it's not because of that. Something about like, I don't know. Something about my nose. Okay, come on. Cards, let's go. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Well, all I'm going to say is welcome to the show where everything's just going to be right out on the table. So I'm sorry in advance. So the first three cards I got were compromise, family, and then shadow work. And so the reason why I laughed was because the first things I heard were you both got family issues. I was like, oh God, here we go. We're just gonna throw that out there. And something about needing to work on past healing. That's something that you both share in common. There's some kind of compromising situation that's left both of you distraught with. Okay, sorry, the words are going into a rabbit hole. It's something about okay, so I heard like the words like "don't ask me." Like something is. I feel like we've had to make unhealthy compromises for our family in the past. Maybe that's it. Yeah, okay. And so what's kind of happened is there's a lack of availability in terms of some aspects of the relationship that need to be compromised with, because it's understanding that, you know, if that relationship were to occur in any form, you have to be aware of compromising with those different values and similarities, I guess. It's kind of almost like there's some shadow work that needs to be done here that will inhibit true deeper connection that's not surface level, if that makes any sense. So is there anything else here? Okay. So these cards want to talk next. So that's that's number one. All right. Why did you say no? Doesn't belong here? Is this about him or about me? Or is it about him and this person? Okay. So why don't you belong in this group? Okay. Well, I'm going to read this particular card because I guess it's separate from these. for what it wants to say. So for the Five of Swords, I'm feeling like you see like these two girls like walking away from a person with a sword, and I feel like there's been betrayal in the past in both parties, and it's almost like needing to defend yourself against people leaving, I guess, but it's not like in something about compromising on values. So it's almost like these two people have been through, the word divorce came up, which isn't fully accurate, but it's almost like that divorce of, I keep hearing values, something about like other people have left and it caused like a divorce feeling between both parties in regards to other people. And so that pattern is prevalent with additional relationships other than this one. Yeah, it's almost like I'm hearing they're both on the defensive position because it's hard to be vulnerable with others for that reason. Okay, we're just gonna throw that out there. Anything else from this card? And I'm hearing you need to shine your light on the shadows so that way any form of relationship can occur. And this also applies to other people too. Because what's happening is this defense position is preventing some kind of hidden truth from coming to light in regards to having a relationship with themselves and others. Okay. Anything else? Right. That was it. So then these two cards. Oh my god, why is this giving me this weird energy? Okay, well, we got you got the Devil upright, and you got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And so something about this is something with money, but it's almost like there's like a secret indulgence. Yeah, I heard devils on her shoulders. So it's almost like for these two's relationship, there's a hidden devil between the two of them. It's almost like something about indulging in one another that, can become unhealthy, but is also a lot of fun to be around. It's almost like kind of like having fun with another person that shares the same type of, not vibe, but same kind of energy, same kind of indulgences, I suppose. Take that for what you will, especially because it's the Devil card. Definitely. I heard definitely kinky. Okay. And definitely just, I'm hearing genuine. So this connection is surface level genuine. And I think that's important to understand when it comes to these two people, like you and this other person, because of just needing authenticity, and needing to be around people that are authentic, because that's a rare occurrence. And I'm feeling for these two, they both value that. So regardless of how the relationship turns, that's a trait that definitely is not going to be ignored. Wow, it's really raining outside. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, and so something about with this lack of pentacle or Ace of Pentacles, I heard something about lack. It's kind of like lacking funds or lacking that back and forth, and that's why there's that Devil next to the Ace of Pentacles. Is it's almost like they can both go too far sometimes when it comes to practical finances. Wow. Okay. Well, apologize in advance because these cards don't lie. But okay. Anything else? Doesn't mean neither of them are bad with finances. It's just at the current moment in time and the chemistry between the two of them, that will be an issue. Okay. But at the same time, they're a lot of fun together. So that's another thing too, is that pros and cons, a lot of fun, but not a lot of funds. If you know what I'm saying. Okay. What else? Because you got so many cards. Not this card. All right. Okay, so now we're going to get to the hidden messages now. Oh, JR, are you like finally sitting and thinking about what happened with their reading? Yeah, that one might take a little bit to unpack. So I don't know. That she's beautiful, that's all I know about her. Okay. All right, anyways, Noah. So next piece. Okay. Oh, there's some past ones. Okay, but that's fine. First card you got, I left a piece of me in you. Please take care of yourself. I watch you with your family. I was wrong and I am sorry. The sense and blinking lights are me. So I'm getting that you're a highly sensitive person and this other person is a highly sensitive person, and maybe you're not fully aware of it. I think you believe you're just sensitive, but I don't think you realize and appreciate how sensitive you are. And I feel like with this dynamic, there's going to be increased self-awareness on your end, particularly because I feel like you're not as... What is this feel? Oh, I felt that like in my legs. What is that? Okay, wait, was that related to reading? All right, yes. Yeah, so something about like from the ground through the energy between like my feet and kind of going up my legs. It's almost like there's a past wound that's preventing you from being able to tap into your sensitivity and your ability to actually feel and sense things because of the fact that you're just unaware of what it actually is. And that's where self-care is going to be super important for you, especially in this dynamic with this other person, because this other person isn't taking care of herself either. So what's happening is it's going to trigger some of your own, we'll say, shadow aspects or something. And like basically, and I'm hearing there's some regrets too in some of your past relationships. And so all of these things are going to kind of amount and be kind of triggered within you when you're with this person. However, it's going to be, the words I heard were great because of the standpoint that you both share similar values. And those similar values are important for both of you, finding other people that have those values. It's just a matter of commitment and time and deciding what's important for you both. Yeah, and again, the sense and blinking lights are me. I feel like there's some synchronicities between you two that both of you are not aware of. That you're kind of going through the same things at the same time and you don't know. I watch you with your family. What does that mean? I'm hearing doesn't know. Yeah, I'm hearing you're not very aware that you're protected in a couple ways too. I feel like there's been some things that you haven't seen that have gone on around you that may come to light later that you were protected from. And I think that's kind of just more indication that you've got a little bit more on your spiritual team than you kind of understand or even aware of. Is that about Noah or the other person? Yeah, and something about with this, I left a piece of me in you. I feel like there's an ex that did something that is... Oh, wow. There's a thunderstorm. Kaboom. I left a piece of me in you, and there's some kind of heartache here that's impacting whether you're deciding on what you want a partner right now. And it's kind of a heavy piece in you. And so keeping all these things in mind, this is just information that you just need to be aware of when making your decision going forward with this person, because of the standpoint that this person is a bit more intuitive than you. And this person will know and is knowing more than more than what you're keeping to your chest and whatever. And so that may be a little intimidating at first. However, I think you'll get used to it once you're a little more comfortable with your own, I don't want to say abilities. Okay, yes, your abilities, but it's kind of like being more comfortable with the situation. You'll understand that it's not a negative thing or a bad thing. It's just going to feel that way whenever you feel called out or feel aware of things that have been there before. And this person does this to people all the time, so you shouldn't feel bad. Okay, anything else? All right, so now to your final group of cards. We can move on to some other people. So you got Spirit Fox. Trust your talents in changing times. Okay, so right off the bat, I hear you don't trust yourself. You're definitely, especially right now with pandemic economy right now, you're definitely nervous and you're kind of scared of what's going on, and especially you're afraid in regards to this relationship with this other person. You don't want her to know about it. Essentially, you're kind of nervous that you're not able to keep up either with this person or with what's going on. And so this card's kind of assuring you to trust that you know how to get through this situation. You know more than you think you know, and that it's going to be all right. You know, make sure that you are, again, I'm hearing self-care and taking care of yourself, but part of that self-care isn't just like, you know, working out or, you know, eating your veggies and all this stuff. This has to do with some on the mental side and staying firm in your beliefs and being like, okay, you know, go over the things that you do know and then be like, identify what you don't know and see how you can bridge that gap. Yeah, there's some kind of like a hidden potential here too that she's going to help unlock. So yeah, I'm hearing don't worry about it. You know, you can ask those questions later, but I have a feeling, you know, there's some more going on. And it's kind of interesting too, because I'm drawn to this fox has all these little hidden symbols. Like you can't see it unless you kind of turn the light, but there's like symbols on the fox. And I kind of feel like that's you right now, where you see the fox, but you don't see all the symbols underneath. So it's gonna be very interesting. You got the shaman, trust in higher forces. I feel like you either don't believe in any or you're kind of just, you don't give a shit about spiritual whatever, higher self, higher whatever. And I feel like it's time you start. You know, understand that there's bigger things going on than just you, and you don't have to understand them to be able to trust in them. You know, because especially you'll get very confused if you start diving into this, and I feel like it's going to overwhelm you. So just trust it's going to be okay, all right? And you're being looked after, even if you can't see it. Drum. You got dream and journey. I'm feeling like, what is this journeying thing? I feel like you need to go somewhere. There's somewhere that you need to go, or I feel like there's some kind of an inner calling or journey that. And it has something to do with your relationship with this person. So it's almost like this journey is like your journey with this person is going to be rewarding because it'll teach you some things about yourself that will support you both in necessary ways that needs to happen. For some reason, I suddenly heard like relax. I don't know if that's relevant to like real time or whatever, but I'm hearing like, you know, just relax and enjoy the journey and don't put too much pressure in it. I'm almost hearing like, again, like if you're hearing a drum, it's like a really steady beat. Just stick with the rhythm. Don't think too far into it. Just follow that drum beat and just go on the journey and see where it leads you. I'm hearing this journey is there's no definites and it's not complete right now. So it's kind of just the path ahead is not secure or stable. It's based off of the decisions of both people. So who's to say what that means? Maybe it means they be getting laid. Maybe it means they remain friends, maybe they part ways, or maybe they're not. There's some weird thing in the middle. Who knows? Who's to say? That is the choices of them. Because unfortunately, when it comes to predicting the future, nothing is ever set in stone, and that's why I don't like predicting the future. I just tell you what the current path is like. Anyways, though, final card, you got Magic Guardian. Unlock the magic within. Again, I'm feeling untapped potential. There's a lot of, especially with this like dynamic too between these two people. I'm hearing ambiguity between these two people. And this ambiguity is preventing them from seeing themselves and who they could be in this dynamic as well as with other people. So unlock that magic within and take a shot, take a risk on saying how you feel. And I heard saying what goes. I don't know what that means in particular, but like it's more of like just unlock yourself and just do what you need to do. Don't hold back. Now's the time to unleash that with this other person, because this other person isn't going to judge you the way others have in the past. And I feel like you don't even know you're judging yourself right now. But you are. And so, was there something else here? There's more here. Oh my God. You got a really long reading, Noah. I'm sorry, everyone else that's like still waiting on stuff. Yours is particularly long for some reason, but yeah. And I'm feeling like, yeah, get in tune with your body too. You're not listening to your body, which holds information that's important to next steps with unlocking who you are as a person. I'm hearing it doesn't matter what she says. She doesn't always. Wait, what am I hearing? Yeah, it's like it doesn't matter what she says. She doesn't always complete what tasks she's on. So let this be a lesson to understanding yourself and what's important. And mistakes aren't mistakes aren't always a deal breaker. Okay. I don't know what specifically that was, but yeah, I'm hearing mistakes aren't always a deal breaker. So I don't know what that means, but that's information for you, sir. So anyways, though, that is your reading. But I hope you enjoyed it, Noah. And I hope it gained you some insightful information in regards to you and this other person. So, yeah. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Otherwise, I'm going to keep rolling on with the show. But, yeah. Sorry, guys. My cards are a little bit all messed up. Okay, so it looks like there's all kinds of stuff going on in the chat right now that I was not paying attention to. So let me see who is all next in regards to readings. So I think Stephanie was next. And then I think Miss J. Stephanie said Anna should count how many times she drops nothing more while she's pulling cards or doing readings. Oh, thank you. Yeah, new camera. Good stuff. Evil, beautiful. Okay. All right, so I guess it's Stephanie then Miss J. I mean, Stephanie, do you still want a reading? Otherwise, I'll hop to Miss J. I wasn't sure if that was a formal request or just like if no one's asking, I will request one. Because I don't really know I don't have an inkling of what your reading would be about. Also, I just want to say there is a lovely lightning storm going on outside of my window, and I'm just like, But if the internet randomly drops in case there's a power outage, I'm just warning you now. I did not abandon you. Oh, yeah, sure, Jo. Go ahead. You can ask again once I hear back from Stephanie. Also, hello, new people. Welcome to the show. I'm not super drunk yet, but I may be by the end of the night. So, at some point, I kind of wish I could host one of these at a bar or whatever and just have people keep buying me drinks and I keep doing like live tarot readings. Like, if this show gets big enough, guys, I'll do that. I'll go travel to some random ass bar and just have like random people just walk up and say, hey. Okay, Stephanie, you want a general reading? Okay. All right. Okay, yeah. So I'll do Stephanie's and then I'll do Miss J's. Okay, so Stephanie, what is your general reading about? What is that word? See, the thing is, I heard romance, but it's not romance. I heard like rodance, or like it's like a combination of words. Almost like she doesn't know quite what she wants yet. Okay, so so are there any messages that should go to Stephanie right now? Okay, so I'm hearing right off that way. Not this one? All right. So what I'm hearing is it doesn't matter what he says. He doesn't own what you have. He doesn't own your place inside yourself. He doesn't know what's coming yet, and he doesn't know how you're feeling. I feel like there's like a discernment about the truth that's kind of going on in the situation where he doesn't hear you the way you need to, and your dynamic is Jesus. Wow, that scared me. Something about your dynamic is just distorted. I'm just hearing there's like a lot of distortion in this dynamic, and so what's occurring is it'll break under pressure. I'm hearing it'll break under pressure if she doesn't discern what's her and what's another person's expectations and what's his desire for someone else. Okay, yeah. So basically what I said was like, you got to be able to take a step back and verify whether you want to commit to this person and what is the true dynamic that's been going on between the two of you, because I feel like he's... should I say that? Okay, I'm here. I just heard right now that he isn't as faithful as he's kind of led on lately. Not the whole time, but I feel like he doesn't distinguish what's okay with you and what's okay with him. And I think that conversation needs to be had, because he doesn't seem to notice how it would affect you. I feel like his values are different than yours, and you should probably discuss what your expectations are between the two of you, because he's not thinking, he's not on the same page as you are. And I feel like he can be emotionally unavailable. Like, I feel like surface level, he's very kind and considerate, but I feel like emotionally, he doesn't have the capacity to hold a space for you the way that you require right now. I feel like you need a partner that's very, as some guide said, or one of mine was like, doesn't pull this crap on her. Like there's almost like as someone was putting it, she keeps chasing these guys that don't give back to her and it doesn't listen when her heart's telling her something's off, you know, because she wants to be the bigger person and distinguish something. But like essentially what's happening though is there's not emotional availability for you with this person and with others as well. So I can feel like you're kind of upset right now. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just feeling like and I want you to I want to clarify just because I'm hearing a lot of messages between you with your feelings and what's kind of going on. Like it's not like this person doesn't care about you. He definitely does. It's just what's happening is he doesn't understand how to love you and care about you. Like I feel like there's like this dynamic that's very just he's dealing with his own stuff and it's just very he doesn't understand what your needs are. And I feel like you've told him what your needs are, but he doesn't reciprocate, if that makes any sense. And so that's why it's hard for him and it's out of his element to keep up with your needs because he doesn't work the same way, if that makes any sense. He's trying because he cares about you, but like he doesn't have that capacity. And he also doesn't want to hurt you either. Like I feel like this person he feels like he isn't enough and he's not, and he kind of knows he doesn't quite fit right, but he's trying his best because he does genuinely care about you. So, and he feels bad he can't give you more than what he's capable of giving right now. And as he put it, he's like, doesn't matter what she says, I'll always care about her and I'll always give a shit. Because this person is not, this person, he just doesn't have the capacity to hold all of your eggs in one basket. He's just kind of like, he keeps dropping the basket and the eggs keep cracking and you're like, ah! Something like that. I don't know. So I don't know if it's you, Stephanie, but I feel like there was someone in the audience that, like, for some reason, this reading like really affected somebody because I'm feeling like this weight in my chest. That's like, oh God, I really resonate with Stephanie's reading for some reason, and it's not exactly her, I guess. I don't know, but I'm sorry, audience person that's really affected. It's okay. I'm sending you love. All right, you deserve love. You know, but I mean, I think that's something that for everybody, you know, that's listening that has been in this dynamic, you know, we have a tendency when we're in relationships to kind of be like, well, we're good, they're bad, or we're bad and they're good, or like whatever. And like sometimes what happens is people can't give us what we need because they're dealing with their own stuff and they can't give more than what they can give. And it hurts because at the end of the day, you know, love is not the problem. Like you two could love each other very, very much, but if you're not the right personality fit, or maybe again, emotional availability, if they're dealing with their own problems and they're not capable of being able to give you their heart, then, you know, that's something you kind of have to accept and understand that it's not anything personal. You know, and I feel like those situations are really hard because it's a lot easier to just kind of blame someone for being a douchebag or whatever, but in all likelihood, a lot of relationships are not like that. And a lot of the reasons why people don't always give you what you need is, you know, because they're dealing with their own stuff. So that's why you gotta, you know, go where you need to go and not be so much concerned about what the other person can't give, because they can only do what they can do. And it doesn't mean they don't stop caring about you. I think that's a big misnomer, is I feel like people often care a lot more than they don't say. They care more than what they say. It's just that, it's a lot harder to admit that you care about someone, but that you can't do something for somebody. A lot of people don't have that ability to say that to others. So I feel like someone needed to hear that today too. So anyways, though, Stephanie, that was your reading. I'm sorry, honey, that was a little depressing, but like I'm sitting here feeling like a little bit emotional here between said audience member that's upset. So like yes, but I hope that gave you some at least clarity about your situation. And I'm feeling like it isn't over between you two, but I do feel like a conversation needs to be had between you and this other person. Because this person does care. I just think there's something else going on in the shadows that you're unaware of that would probably make you upset, but I think it's understanding that he's not doing it with malice. It's just his own limitations as a person and not viewing it the same way that you do. So, well, okay. All right. Well, that was Stephanie's reading. So I think next is Miss J. And your question was, wait, 1 sec. So I guess there's someone who's energetically reaching out from the audience that has a question. Okay. Okay, so audience member that can't post something in the chat that has a question right now, they asked, what does she feel towards me? And I'm hearing like authentically, and what I'm kind of picking up on right now, because I don't know who you are or who you're referring to, but I feel like this person, okay, 1 sec. I'm trying to do this energetically and listening to you without knowing who you are, so it's kind of hard. Because you're also very upset too, because you just want assurance that she cares. And I feel like she doesn't care in the same way that she doesn't care about him in the way that he does, because he's projecting himself onto her, because he doesn't want to hurt himself. And he doesn't want to admit that she isn't the one for him. And that she doesn't feel the same, and she's trying to she's kind of using him a little bit. And I feel like this particular gentleman hates hearing this, because he's known about this situation. However, he didn't want to see it, because again, he's trying to prevent himself from seeing the truth, because it's really painful for him. Oh my gosh. I want to cry right now. I'm sorry, person. But he's very strong, and he's brave, and he can get through this. And I'm hearing she's just using me, and he doesn't know anything else other than being used. He doesn't know what that healthy dynamic between man and woman is, because he's used to taking too much or giving too little, I'm hearing, and he doesn't see that she isn't taking what's right from him, I guess. Like there's basically, to summarize this, there's not a healthy back and forth between these two. And he doesn't see that because he doesn't want to. And because he doesn't know how that healthy dynamic looks, of that give and take back and forth, and that, her taking resources from him and using his money or his protection or his love, he doesn't know how that appropriate back and forth is. She's supposed to be taking it, but receiving it and not just using him, if that makes any sense. Like, okay, you asked using in what way? And I'm hearing it's about she doesn't care about whether he gets hurt or not by what he gives. So, for example, if you were in a relationship with somebody and, you gave them, like, say, $100 to go buy something, a pretty dress for the evening night out that you're going to go on. And she takes the $100 and she's like, well, I'm just going to buy whatever because I don't really care. And she thinks nothing about, like, oh, well, he gave this to me because he loves me. She's just seeing piggy bank. Like, okay, I have no emotional attachment. And I keep hearing this person is like, that's what women are. And I'm like, no, like a woman that actually really loves you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Miss J, but this audience member is like really kind of needing this clarification. So I apologize. But basically what's happening is, like, when he's giving her that $100, she's receiving it. If she's receiving it, she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful that he put all this effort into working hard and he's giving this money to me to show that he loves me and because he wants me to flourish. As a woman, he wants me to be pretty. He wants me to go out and do things that make me feel loved and happy, And a woman that loves you is going to appreciate that wealth. She's going to sit there and be like, wow, he put all this effort into me, and she's going to take that love and she's going to keep it. And she's not going to, go focus on other women or, like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, you're really upset or whatever feeling, like, sorry, not focus on other women, focus on other men, or like, I heard, is she cheating on me? And I'm like, kinda. It's not like, yeah, she just doesn't respect your relationship, dude. Yeah, okay, to comment on J.O., who just commented, he said he needs to pray. Yeah, like, there's some kind of, like, she doesn't care about you in that way, and you shouldn't remain in that dynamic. And, there are plenty of women out there, okay, for all you dudes out there that have dealt with some crappy women in the past, okay? Like, I'm not going to sit here and defend everybody. Like, men and women, we've all got our own crap. You know what I mean? Every group's got their own thing. But, like, for you guys that, have been really burned by women who've used you for your money, your time, kind of as somebody out there, as their slave or whatever. Like, there are plenty of women out there that when you put that effort into them, they're going to love you for it. And when I mean love, they're not going to just, like, kiss you and have sex with you, and they're not going to make it physical. They're really going to genuinely care about what you give to them, like, they're going to actually, by you taking care of them, that's going to make them happier, and it's going to make them flourish, and that's going to make you happy because if you love somebody, you're going to put effort into them, right? And because you want them to be the best version of themselves. That's what love looks like. And if they're just using it to just, they don't look at you, or they don't, do anything special for you, then that's not love, and that's not okay. Man, I'm sending love out to all of y'all that just resonated with, because I'm very sorry that happened to you. Because, again, I'm sitting here like, it's so ironic being on the other end, because, like, I have so many lady friends that are sitting here just like, where's my good man that's going to take care of me? And I'm like, you know where they are? They're off taking care of crappy women that don't treat them right. And it's the same with you guys. Like, the ladies, they're dating crappy guys. Well, all the good guys are sitting there just being like, where's my woman? It's like, she's off dating the douchebag when she shouldn't be. And that's what I want to fix, because that is not acceptable. Date people that are good for you, so that way we can support good, healthy men and healthy women and these healthy dynamics. Don't settle for less. You are not a piggy bank. You are not, made to just have sex with somebody and then left behind. Like, no, especially if you're a guy, like, I know, things are different between men and women, but, like, you don't deserve that at all. Especially you, person that's really upset. You're welcome. Okay. Anyways, though, that was a whole side tangent that I don't know what just happened, but these things happen on the show. And again, for those of you that are new, If you want me to answer something that you don't want to publicly put out there in the chat, which I totally respect because sometimes I get intuitive messages about some heavy stuff. If that's you, feel free to energetically just tap me on the shoulder, or just kind of pause for, I guess, to explain how, because some of you don't know how. If you want that to happen, just kind of sit for a moment and then just kind of ask. I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe, but just kind of put your question out there and just kind of like, I don't know, maybe put it into a letter, like imagine in your head your feelings or your question going into a letter and then just throwing it off into the abyss. I'll receive it and then I'll understand it. I don't know. I don't know how this shit works. Okay, but that's like my best explanation for now. But yeah, and Kate. Moving on to Miss J. All right, because I know now all of a sudden there's a bunch of people that have energetic questions, but I'm moving on to Miss J because she asked and she's waiting very patiently, so thank you. I'm going to ask her, so how would things go if she reconnected with D? Okay, so do I need to pull cards or don't pull cards? All right, I'm here, don't pull cards. Okay, so for Miss J, I'm hearing if you reconnect with them, things will go well enough. They won't go great, but they'll go well enough. I feel like he needs to work on himself a little bit. However, he's definitely in a much better position than he was before. He just doesn't want to. I'm hearing commit. Man, what is it with between like that first dude and this guy? Like these guys don't want to commit to you for some reason. Maybe they're intimidated or they're no, that's wrong. They're distracted. That's what's going on. They're distracted by other things. And the second guy's more put together than the first dude. This D person is better for you than person number one anyway, or at least has better energy that aligns with yours. And there's something about you, though, that he doesn't want to kind of bring in. You don't want them. I like you. And maybe that's what I'm picking up on, but yeah, I'm feeling like these dynamics are just not. Yeah, there's just stuff that's just not suiting you. So, can I get any guidance for her on these dynamics? Because I notice there's like kind of a pattern here. I'm getting like, it's almost like a bunch of words garbled up. It's kind of like she needs to understand. I'm hearing wait, but it's not like literal waiting. It's more of a patience within herself for finding a gentleman that's necessary to achieving your goals. Yeah, like, because I feel like you're just rotating with people, but it's the same dynamic, girl. You notice, don't. And it's almost like I feel like these gentlemen are figurative towards a dysfunctional pattern that you need to be paying attention to. Absolutely, but it's different than that one, though, because what you said is true. All right, so now I need to pull some cards. Okay, so let's get some clarification about this pattern. Okay, that spit right out there. No. Anything else? Just these two? All right, yeah. So I'm feeling more about this pattern. So, okay. So you're on the right track. However, I'm hearing you need to pay attention to what's happened in the past to attract this person. So you got Shield Maiden, which was make plans and focus. And then Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. And I feel like there's a persistence towards this dynamic that maybe you're subconsciously still in it. Consciously, you're not. No. Whoever's thinking about me, stop. I need to do my thing. Hello, people. But yeah, I feel like what's going on though is there's something in your heart space that it's like the lesson's been learned, but there's like a resistance to it still. Almost like, and like for some reason, bringing this up, like I feel like this ache in your heart space where you don't want to admit these dynamics hurt you, and it's almost like I feel like letting go of them lets go of a deeper wound that hasn't been explored yet. Oh my gosh, I want to. Why are y'all making me want to cry? Yeah, but there's more to that. Oh, maybe you're going through what I went through this week, which caused me to have. Is it the same thing? Okay, it's not the same thing. Hello, Hearts Love, Joe. But yeah, but specifically though, I want to bring up this Shield Maiden with make plans and focus. I'm hearing. Okay, I'm gonna replay exactly what your guides told me, girl. This is what your guides told me. Make plans to find your man and focus. I mean, like they specifically said, clapping and being like, okay, focus on your man. You're going to manifest him. You just need to focus on just him and nobody else. Like that's what I'm hearing is it's almost like there's this distraction that's preventing you from seeing who this person is and seeing when he comes. And I'm hearing this person doesn't see you yet. She just doesn't want to reach out to him. I don't know if there's a person you have in mind, but there's some kind of something else going on here. All right, I'm feeling there's more information here. I don't know. It's kind of like stuck. So you want to see how C feels? Okay, so right off the bat, I felt he's indifferent. Yeah, there's some kind of like indifference going on with him. Yeah, like it's kind of like if it's not indifference, it's reluctance. It's some kind of like it feels really blocked up, whatever it is. Like this person just feels like he feels like he's getting sucked into something. Into something where he doesn't want to be. And I'm feeling he's very overwhelmed. Oh my God. Yeah, because like again, I'm hearing like focus on your man. You want him, he wants you, but the timing is not there right now. And like and I'm hearing specifically make plans. Like it's almost like there's specific action you need to take to manifest this person. And that's where that focus comes in, because if you take the right steps and you focus on yourself and what you need to do to attract this person, you'll be golden. It's going to be fine. But like until then, clear out the heart space of this other junk, go through that stuff, and then you'll be golden. Oh, and I just want to say Hearts Love, Joe. I know I'm in the middle of a reading right now, but I read your thing and I will be doing a reading for you. So hang tight. But yeah, girl, there's something like I feel like with the C person, every time you brought him up in the chat, because I've noticed out of the corner of my eye, but I didn't say anything about it, is there's just this heavy reluctance towards you for some reason. And I think that's why that dynamic, it's something deeper. I think maybe, yeah, there's something that needs cleared that you can't see right now. I'm sorry. I know it's like one of those things where like you put all this work into healing something and like you're like, No, I fixed it. It's done. It's over with. And then, like, Mercury retrograde comes along, and then all of a sudden it all comes back. Yeah, but it's something, and I think maybe the reason why you aren't seeing it is because it's not about them, it's about you. And it's a little more abstract than what you're kind of thinking. It has more to do with how you make your decisions and how you perceive yourself. Yeah. I don't know, but that's about all the information I can give you. Because, like, there's just, it's kind of messy when I'm tapping into that energy, and I can't give you something clear. Sorry. Oh, you're welcome, Stephanie. I hope it helped you. I feel really bad, but I think I'm hearing it's going to work itself out. So I'm not feeling, it's not going to be anything too hard. Yeah, girl. I mean, like, at the end of the day, you do you, you know what's best for you. And at the end of the day, don't waste your time. And that, like, we're on the same wavelength there, where it's like, no playing games, no, whatever. You know your worth, and that's good. So, okay. So, all right. So next for reading wise, because we've been having some people coming in, and I know there was a bunch of people that are energetically asking me questions. So Hearts Love Joe, I'm going to answer hers real fast, and then I'm going to go ahead and answer all of y'all's questions that are floating out in the ether, that are tuning in and listening, that have not spoken something in the chat, but there's a bunch of you. There were men. Okay. There's like a bunch of dudes that want to have some answers that I want to think about. But okay, so let me answer this question. So, Hearts Love Joe, how does Jackson feel towards me since I talked to him today? Oh, this energy's cute. Okay. Games are dead, girl. Damn straight. Okay. Oh, this person. What's this person's name? His name is Jackson. Aww. All right, how does Jackson feel? I'm hearing he feels good. All right, is there anything else? Just this card? Okay. Okay, this is interesting. So the card you got was, how can I help you? Which I think that's very interesting, that was the only card that came out, because I feel like there's a lot unspoken between the two of you. I feel like he feels more towards you than he lets on. And I feel like, yeah, I get the vibe, like, he wants to be at your side, and he just, the words I got were like puppy. He kind of feels like a puppy, where he just wants to come up to you, and he wants to serve you, and he wants to, like, make you so, what's the word? He wants to make you warm. That was the weird words, but that's kind of like his vibe, of where he really, like, you're not in no physical contact. Okay. I don't know. Like, something about this dynamic, though, is like, all right, what is this card saying? Is this a question posed to her, to herself, or? So I'm hearing that you need to understand that he's going through changes right now and doesn't know how to communicate them, because he doesn't understand what's going on. So I don't know what's kind of going on, where he's, I don't want to say dating someone, or like he just doesn't really know what he wants to do. I feel like he's kind of stumped right now about the changes, and his dynamic with you right now is yeah, I'm hearing like he wants you. Like I'm not gonna say, like if you've been watching the show for the last like hour or so, like I'm gonna tell it straight. If he doesn't like you, I'll say it. But no, I feel like he does want you, but he wants other people at the same time, and he's in this boat where he wants disingenuine things and he wants genuine things, and he doesn't really know what he wants, you know. And I feel like yeah, there's almost like this looping where it's like he's like, oh well, I kind of want this, and then he kind of goes back on that, and he's like, well, maybe I should look over here, and then he's kind of like chasing his tail, and like he's like running in a circle trying to figure out what he actually wants and what's really him versus what's like other people drawing him in a different direction. And so for this, how can I help you? And I'm hearing right now is that he's serving other masters right now. So I don't know if this person is no, okay, he's not codependent. But like basically what's kind of happening is he's trying to serve other people right now and isn't serving himself. And you want to keep that in mind with your dynamic on how he's feeling towards you, because even though outwardly he's going to present himself in a certain way, he's trying to please other people. So that's why when it comes to this question of how can I help you, how does contacting him help you? And I think that's important for you to understand, is because, you know, what's going to happen is he's going to do behaviors that may subconsciously hurt you when he's not doing anything to hurt you intentionally or because he doesn't want you. It's because you're expecting him to make this move, and then he does this, and then you think, oh my gosh, he doesn't like me. And that's not true. Okay? Because this person, he definitely wants you in some form or whatever. It's just a matter of, does he want you in the way that you want? And so that's where this question is, you got to ask yourself, how can he help you? So don't set yourself up for failure, girl, because, you know, love works in many weird angles, and, you know, his communication with you is going to vary. And again, if he's trying to please other people, that means there's only a limited amount he can give to you. So all I'm going to say is keep that in mind. But you two are cute. There's something about the two. I don't know if it's your energy or his energy or just the dynamic between the two, but there's something cute going on here. So, you know, I'm going to encourage you to, you know, keep focusing on yourself, you know, make sure that you don't overthink his actions. I feel like you have a tendency to do that, and that's going to get you hurt. And, you know, if he doesn't respond back right away or doesn't respond at all, just let it go for a little bit and let him come to you. Okay. Because if there's one thing I've learned, okay, if a man wants you, he's going to make it apparent. He is going to make those steps and actions towards you. If there's something preventing him from getting from A to B to get to you, that means there's something else going on and happening. He's not giving you mixed signals or whatever, because we handle things differently. But this gentleman, he does. Okay. And he just doesn't know how to balance who to listen to, and he doesn't listen to himself, and he's just kind of all over the place. So, okay. Well, I hope that helped you, girl. You know, sending you love, and hope it works out for you, because he seems cute, or at least you two seem cute. So I'm gonna cheer for you, even though I don't know any of you. But oh my gosh, this wine is so good. Oh, Anna, I'm so sorry. I missed your message thing. No problem. Okay, yeah, Anna, I'll do yours. And then I want to answer the questions from the ether. But first, let me check to see, are they still watching? Okay, they're still watching. Okay, so Anna, how terribly upset are you going to be if I answer these questions from the ether before I get to yours? I'm hearing you don't mind. I'll try to keep it short because I don't know what they're going to say. Okay, people from the ether. I don't know if these are future people or people that are currently here. All right, they're people that are currently here. So, what exactly were your questions? Something about relationships. And your question was, so I'm hearing the question was, oh, yeah, no, girl, I saw you. Yeah. And I'm going to be on for a while, so don't worry about it. Because I'm probably going to go past 10 because there's a lot of noise. But yeah, in regards to the question from the ether is, how do I attract a relationship where someone loves me? Yeah, it's basically specifically attracting a relationship where there's real love going on there. Because I feel like whatever question I had posed before about, not having a healthy dynamic between men and women, this specifically kind of brought this up. And so, okay, audience. So I think the first approach you need to take when it comes to attracting like a genuine relationship is authenticity with yourself, which is way harder and than people realize. And it's also something that isn't clear cut, because I feel like there's the person who we present to the world outside, and then there's the version we present to ourselves. And then there's your subconscious, which you have suppressed intentionally to either protect yourself, because sometimes reality is hard and knowing yourself fully can be a triggering and hard experience. But also because society tells us that versions of ourselves are not okay. Telling a kid not to steal something, a kid learns to steal because that's a survival coping mechanism. But society has deemed that stealing is bad, so people suppress that natural ability. And then, people that don't, they tend to be like the rebellious people or whatever. But it's not that people don't have the inclination to steal. It's just they are taught and they internalize and know that stealing is bad. That's the general gist I'm getting. But anyways, though, back to your question, though, how do you attract that person? When it comes to being authentic with yourself, you have to be honest about, one, your flaws first and foremost, because the one thing when it comes to relationships is everyone's always focused on the good stuff, which is good, but I think what often gets overlooked is what are your shortcomings and what are shortcomings of other people that you can't handle on your end. And I feel like, first of all, people don't even have those conversations with themselves because, one, it's kind of tricky. And especially when you really love somebody, you don't want to focus on their flaws. You're focused on how wonderful your potential relationship can be. However, if it's indicative of having a long-term relationship or viewing someone and loving them, and I mean love, and when I say love, that's another thing too, is people don't actually know what that concept is. It's basically saying that, regardless of what your flaws are, I can handle your flaws up until this point, but I'm going to still be there for you, and I'm still going to love you for your authentic self, even if, you leave your dirty socks in the hamper and they stank up my bedroom and all this stuff. It means, maybe this person, when they get very upset about something, they tend to lie. True love says that, okay, this is their flaw. This is something that they can't change, that, when this person has pressure applied to them, this is what they do. And it's not because they want to hurt you or they want to hurt themselves or whatever. It's because this is just what they do. And love means that you're going to love them regardless of it, or you're going to decide that that's a deal breaker and then you're going to move on. Adult relationships are kind of, I don't want to say fragile, but, they're based off of conditions. And when it comes to attracting someone that you love, you got to be authentic with what you can and can't put up with. You know, you can't love someone through everything if you're sitting there feeling like I can't put up with these flaws or these limitations. And then also at the same time, you can't be like, well, I can't have a flawless person either because flawlessness does not exist in a human. You got to pick and choose and find a balance somewhere that works for you and works for that other person. So it's mutually beneficial. And I know that was a long-winded answer because I know whoever is asking this question wants something short and sweet to the point. But the reality is that if you are not living a life where you're allowing yourself to love yourself to the full capacity, if you're not loving yourself to accept your own flaws and your own mistakes and whatever, then you're not going to attract another person because you're not going to know what you can and can't put up with someone else if you're not doing that for yourself. Okay? Because everyone wants that real love and whatever, but really it comes from yourself because if you love yourself or if you're doing the things that you need to do, you're going to attract the people that you need to. Because people that, you know, are true to themselves, they want to find other people that are true to themselves. You know, there's so much time, you know, wasted on chasing things that aren't real in our society right now. And it's hard, but, you know, authenticity finds authenticity. If that's what you want, you will find it. You know, it just takes a little bit of time sometimes, but you'll find it. And person that's asking, you know, I feel like you have a hard time loving yourself. And that's why you're not attracting it. Okay? It's there available to you if you want it to be, you know, but you got to have those conversations with yourself first. You know? And you don't know how. Okay, so that was the next question you had was I don't know how to be your authentic self when the pressures are so high. Oh shit. I'm debating getting more wine before answering this question. I'm going to answer this question. And I think that comes down to what kind of life you want to lead. You know, because ultimately the life that you lead, you know, you can't choose your family. You can't choose the state of the world around you, but what you can choose is your actions and what you have control over and what life that you want to prioritize. You know, like if you want to focus on, you know, getting healthy, you know, no one's putting a gun to your head to make you eat fast food, you know? And I mean, relationships, you know, people will make themselves appear like they have control over you, but they don't. Like if you really, really wanted to just walk away from everything, go walk in the woods and just never come back, technically you can. What's stopping you is obviously you don't want to hurt people or you don't want to do da 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 da. But like at the end of the day, that's part of being authentic with yourself is having those conversations with you to be like, okay, if no one in the world got hurt by my actions, what would I do? You know, that's a good question that everyone should ask themselves at least one time or another. But in regards to, you know, how the real thing is like you first just got to start asking yourself questions, you know, and if something feels wrong, pause and just ask. You know, a lot of people are not taught to have those inner dialogues, and it's really important to understand that, you know, in order for you to be honest with yourself and get where you need to go, you can't shame yourself for how you're feeling. Maybe it's not what you think you want, but guess what? You are who you are, and fighting against who you are just works against you in the long run. You know? Oh yeah, you can go again, Jo. But that's how you lose that authenticity, you know, is like if there's some deep, dark secret or whatever, like here's the thing. No one else has to know what your dirty secrets are. No one else has to know what your true, honest truth is. Only you do. And then from there, you can decide what other people think. But you have to have that honest conversation with yourself first. Okay. All right. Well, either that person tuned out or is processing. So I'm going to move on to Anna and then Jo. So, okay, Anna. So your question is, what will your relationship with your boyfriend's family look like in the next few months? All right. First word I heard was patience. Oh no! Are you gonna do this to me, intuition? I heard that you're not supposed to know. Specifically because, let me get a why. Because she doesn't. Because she doesn't need to know in order to facilitate a great relationship with them. Because any information could spoil what's going to come. Interessante. I'm sorry. I wish I could give you answers, but they are. This was a very firm. She doesn't need to know. This wasn't like we probably shouldn't tell her. This is like, no. She will fuck it up if she has information. So. But I'm hearing, don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm hearing like this doesn't have to be a situation that's uncertain, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like even though you don't have that information, it doesn't mean it's going to go either way. You know, I'm feeling like this is an intentional dark out period where you're not supposed to know. And decisions you need to make on your own without interference, I'm hearing. Cough, Christine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like I'm like, the cheat code in the system. Where everyone's like, oh my gosh, I've got this one intuitive friend that's really good. And then it's like, nope. Which, to be fair, y'all, to be fair, Anna, I just want to say I had this too, where I was getting a reading done from another intuitive because I was watching one of those pick a group readings. And literally the tarot card reader was like, so, yeah, this period you are not supposed to have too much information about because you're supposed to be utilizing your instincts and figuring things out on your own and figuring yourself out without additional insight. And I was just like, dang it, no, I want to know what's going on. Why are things happening this way? And it's like, no, you did this to yourself intentionally. And I'm like, why? No, it doesn't make any sense. It's like I hear voices in my head, and now you're telling me information, and then now you won't tell me information. What is going on? Story of my life. I guess the thunderstorm's over. Girl, I don't know. That's the other thing too. Is like these readings are free, so take them for what you will. I've also been drinking, so it has additional layer of complexity to these things. Because I'm not feeling it. No, I feel like if I had a tail, I would just sit here and just whack myself or whatever. I was gonna say the cats haven't tried coming up and hopping on the table. I should grab that pumpkin. That's right. Yeah, I had some decor that I was intending on having for the entire night, and it flew off for no reason. So, okay. But yeah, okay, Jo. Does the audience have a question? All right, they don't have any other questions. All right, so Jo is next. So I can't remember if you asked a question or not. Yeah, you just said you wanted to be after her. Okay. Go ahead and shoot your shot, sir. Ask your question. You would like a general business reading. Okay. All right, wait. I'm hearing, does or doesn't? Okay, never mind then. For a second, I was like, oh, does he have a specific read or just a specific question? I'm sorry, I'm a little tipsy and I can't speak words right now, apparently. Okay. But yeah, okay, yeah, let me see what I can pick up for you, sir. For business. I'm hearing business is going well. I don't know if that's like a current state. Anything else? No. Okay. Yes. Oh boy, oh boy. Yes or no? I thought you said no earlier. It's still no? My gosh. I don't understand what's going on, dudes. I don't know why. I got really warm and fuzzy inside. More or nothing more? Up your counter, Anna. All right, anything else? Nothing else. Okay. All right, so this is in regards. Why am I blushing? Okay. Aw, you're welcome, my dude. You know my guides are mysterious. They are. And it's kind of fun, though. Yeah, sorry. I just started blushing for no reason. Okay, so what exactly is going on here? All right, so the cards you got were I will show you signs and synchronicities. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. I wonder what this is about. Maybe you didn't take some advice. I don't know. You got the Hierophant. All right, and then you got Eagle. See from a higher perspective. Okay, I'm sorry. Pushing that other energy out, that's making me laugh. Oh, yeah, I'm hearing you're not listening to. I'm hearing you're not listening to your own intuition in regards to your business decisions, because I guess, like, again, this, I will show you some signs and synchronicities. I feel like you've been shown signs which you aren't paying attention to, which I understand, because it's really hard to pay attention to synchronicities when, like, I don't know, they kind of make you feel like you're going crazy, you know? Because, like, I mean, I've been bombarded with synchronicities that I'm not going to go into details about because they're just too weird and involves a backstory. But, like, when it comes to paying attention to signs, like signs that you set intentionally will pop up when you need clarification from the universe, and it's really tricky, and it's really easy to get some subjective, you know, crap in there, you know, like the whole idea of, like, you know, where your focus and attention goes, it's going to pop up everywhere, right? I only agree to an extent, only because if you've lived my life, then you know that there's shit you can't make up, and that's how you know it's a synchronicity. But sometimes if you're focusing on it, it doesn't work. So, like, I feel like, in your case, though, you've been ignoring them, not intentionally, but there's stuff around you that you should be paying attention to, especially your gut instincts. I feel like I feel like it's almost like it's in between, like, your stomach and, like, lower abdomen. There's, like, this feeling of just, like, you know, there's something amiss going on right now, but you can't tap into it. And so maybe that's something to take some time to listen to your own intuition on it, because there's something that you need to figure out for yourself that's not aligning with what decision you want to make. And then again, I'm sorry I didn't believe you. What does this have to do with me? Because I heard my name. I heard, like, Christina said something. He didn't listen, and now he's forfeiting an idea. I don't know what that means. There's some kind of, like, I'm hearing either forfeit your will or forfeit. I don't know if you're resistant to. I feel like you're partially resistant to your own intuition, but that's not fully the story. I feel like it's a lack of clarity about, like, it's almost like I'm seeing you sitting here, right? And then there's, like, this big, like, piece right here that it feels like it's a missing piece, but it's really just covered in a cloud, if that makes any sense. Where I feel like once you kind of clear out the cloud, you're going to see there's a whole rabbit hole of stuff. And so, picking up this Hierophant card, I feel like I'm hearing traditionalism is impeding on your business relationships. Okay, so something about your business relationships are impacted because there's like a distance between his goals, aka your goals, and his beliefs and his values. Okay. Could you clarify that a little bit more? So it's almost like this dissonance is almost like he's going in this direction, but he knows which way he needs to be going. And there's like some kind of like a weird like crossroads with decision making. And that's where I think this eagle see from a higher perspective is I'm hearing right now he needs to take a long step back and see his situation from a higher perspective, but like higher in the sense that an elevated viewpoint, almost like, could I get some words here? It's like I'm hearing words, but they're language. Energetic. It's more than that. It's more of just this perspective is almost like getting out of your head and being able to really separate yourself from your issue. I don't know if so. Wait, does this example work? Okay, no, it doesn't work. Okay, never mind. I was trying to think of something I can relate to explain to you, but that's not it. Can it be done three-dimensional? Yeah, it's like it has to do with energy work, and it has to do with something that's kind of complicated that is beyond what your I'm not offended. Okay. I guess I don't know. One of your guides is like very adamant that like he knows more than he thinks he knows, and that I'm hand holding. And I'm sitting here going like, okay, well, listen, he's asking me for help, so